Hello, welcome to Calculus 1 and this is lesson 1 of Calculus 1. In this lesson, we'll be dealing with differentiation from first principle. The differentiation from first principle. All about differentiation from first principle, you have to understand this formula, which the first derivative, the y upon the x, right? Which is we can also write the first derivative as the function f of x, you put this apostrophe, right, equals to the limit h is moving towards 0 upon the function what, f of x plus h minus what, f of x, right, all upon h. Please take note of this formula. All about the first differentiation from first principle is this formula. You have to understand it and you have to know how to use it. You get it? All right, that's clear. Please, before we continue, please subscribe, like, share, right, and also hit up the notification bell so that at any time I upload any video, you will get notified, and everything that is going on my channel, they will notify you. YouTube will notify you. Thank you. Now, differentiation from the first principle. Anytime you see a calculus question, they ask you to solve it from the differentiation of the first principle. This formula you have to remember. You have to know this formula. Let me show you. This formula. Do you see it? Do you see it? This formula. Now, all about differentiation from the first principle is this numerator in the formula that is very more important that you have to know how to use, which is f of x plus h. Take note of this, minus f of x, right? So you have to take note of it, right? And also, when you are using the formula, you have to solve for each and every one of them. You have to solve for the first function and as well what, for the second function. You have to solve for this and as well for this. You get it? Good. And you find its value, the value of this and as well the value of this. And now you'll be substituting the value of this into this formula. Do you see it? Good. Now, let's try to see how we solve question on it from the differentiation of the first principle. Now, if you want to know how to derive this formula, please let me know in the comment box. Message me. If it requires me for me to give you my private line, I will do, right? So that I can help you more better and you can be more excellent student in mathematics. Good. Now we proceed into question solving. This is our first example. Example 1. Obtain from first principle. You see what are the questions our example says? Obtain from first principle. So anytime you see a calculus question ask you to solve from first principle, take note of this. That means you have to use this formula. The derivative with respect to x of the function. What is the function? 4x squared. So use the from first principle to solve this function. Now let's see 4x squared. This is the function. Now what is the formula? You bring the formula. So the derivative from the first principle is equal to what? The limits where h is moving towards 0 upon what? F of x plus h, right? Good. X plus h minus f of x, all upon what? H. Do you see? Now what are we going to do? Take note of the steps that I'm doing, right? It's the same thing we are going to solve for every question, for each kind of question, right? Take note of the step. Now let's take this, the numerator of this. Let's take it. So let's take f of x plus h, you see, minus f of x. We have taken it. Now what are we going to do? We are going to solve each and every one of them. Now let's solve for this first. You see it? Good. Now let's solve for f of x plus h. Good. You see we are going to solve for f of x plus h. Now what are we going to do? Now you are going to take the function. What is the function? It's 4x squared. You see? Now anywhere you see x, you are going to put f of x plus h. Do you see? Good. So say f of x plus h, the function what? 4. After the 4 is what? X. So anywhere you see x, you don't put there again x, you put f of x plus h into x plus h. You see? This x has square, so you put up their square. You see it? So anywhere you see x, you put x plus h into x plus h. Because this function has square, that's where we place their square. You get it? So the function f of x plus h is equals to, now let's say 4 into this square outside the bracket. From algebra, it means we are supposed to make the bracket to how many times? Twice. So we say x plus h into x plus h. That's what it means, right? By this square outside the bracket, right? So f of x plus h into the function equals to 4 brackets, right? We are going to multiply this first term into this bracket. So say x into x plus h, and this second term into this bracket as well, plus h bracket x plus h. Do you see? F of x plus h is equals to 4 into what? X times x is going to give you what? X square, right? X times h is what? Plus hx alphabetically. H come before x. Plus h times x is hx. Plus h times h is h square. Do you see? What are we going to do? We collect, add them, right? So the function f of x plus h is equals to 4 into x square, hx, they are like terms. So we say, we add them. Hx plus hx is what? 2hx plus h square. Do you see? So the function f of x plus h will now equals to what? We remove the bracket by multiplying 4 into it. 4 times x square is 4x square, plus 4 times 2hx is 8hx, plus 4 times h square is 4h square. Good, sir. The lights don't come. So now we say f of x plus h is equals to what? 4x squared plus h, 8hx plus 4h squared. That's the value of f of x plus h. Now we come again for the second, which is what? F of x. We solve for this. So say f of x. Now we'll bring the function. What is the function? The function is 4x squared. So anywhere we see x, where's we're going to put? We are going to put there x. X into square. So 4 brackets. What? It just and 4x squared, right? So f of x is equals to what? 4x squared. That's what f of x is equals to. Now what are we going to do? See here something. Now after having the values of the two functions, now you substitute them into the formula. So we say the first derivative, right, equals to the limit where h is moving towards 0 upon what is the value of f of x plus h? Is this. So is this now you are going to put here. Now we are going to say 4x squared plus h what? hx plus, right, plus 4h squared. What is this? Is minus in the formula. Now we put, always after the minus, put a bracket, right? If you don't put a bracket, you likely miss it, which is 4x squared. You see the value of f of x is what? 4x squared. All upon h. The formula has h as a denominator. Is it clear? So the first derivative is equals to where h is moving towards 0, right? Now what are we going to do? 4x squared plus 8hx plus 4h squared minus 4x squared. You see? All upon what? H. Is it clear? Good. Now what next? The first derivative, right? The limit where h is moving towards 0. Now see, 4x squared minus 4x squared, they cancel. 0. 4x squared minus 4x squared is 0. What is remaining is 8hx plus 4h square upon h. Now what are we going to do? We take h as a what? Common factor, right? Good. Now we say the first derivative is equals to the limit h is moving towards 0, which is what? We take the common factor, which should be what? H is here, h is here, h is here. So h is the common factor for the numerator. And we say h into 4 into 8hx is what? 8x plus h into 4h square is what? 4h, right? All upon, we take h again as a denominator. H into itself 1 times all brackets. Do you see the procedure? So f of x, the first derivative, the limit, it's moving this. Now h cancel h. What is remaining? 8x plus 4h upon 1. What is this trying to say? Anywhere you are seeing h, that means the value of h will be 0. Anywhere you are seeing h, you put 0. That's why they say h is moving towards 0. So the first derivative, right, is equals to what? H is equals to 8x plus 4. Now anywhere you see h, what are you going to put? 0. 0. A number upon 1. Okay? So the first derivative is equals to what? 8x. 4 times 0 is just what? Plus 0 upon 1. So the first derivative is equals to what? 8 plus 1. 8x plus 0 is just 8x. Divided by 1 is just what? 8x. That's your answer. You see? Every kind of problem that you'll be solving is just the same method that you'll be using. Take note. Right? Good. It's the same method that you'll be using in all the problems. Good. Now we proceed for example 2. But before we do that, please subscribe to this channel, like, and also share. Anytime they ask you to derivate from the first principle, do you see this term? Always take note of that of this formula. As you see from the first principle, that means the formula. So f of the first derivative equals to what? The limit where h is moving towards 0. That means at the end of, when you be finding the common factor, at the end you'll be putting anywhere you see h is 0. So f of x plus h, you should always know the formula, upon f of x divided by what? H. You see? Good. Now what is the function? The function is y is equals to what? X squared minus 3x. So we say what? What are we going to do now? We are going to say, we bring the numerator, the same thing what we did in example 1. So f of x plus h, sorry, the numerator. Good. Now we solve first for this. Do you see? Now we say f of x plus h. We use the formula, the function. Anywhere we see what? X, we are going to put x plus h. So what is the function? It's what? X squared minus 3x. So the first is what? X. We put bracket x plus h. Do you see the procedure? Square minus 3. Do you see after the 3 there's what? X. When you see x, you are going to put x plus h. That's what it means. X plus h. Do you see? Similar procedure. Anywhere you see x, you put x plus h. So f of x plus h is equals to what? Of course, square mean outside the bracket. Square mean you are supposed to make that bracket twice. We say binomial. X plus h square bracket x plus h minus what? 3. Which remove this bracket. 3 times x minus 3 times x is what? Minus 3x. Minus times plus minus 3 times h is 3h. Do you see the procedure? Good. So f of x plus h is equals to what? We multiply these two brackets. X times x, or this x we multiply it to this x into x plus h into x plus h minus 3x minus 3h. Do you see? Please, if you don't understand, replay again the video. I believe you understand precisely. X times x is x squared plus hx alphabetically plus hx plus h squared minus 3x minus 3h. So the function f of x plus h is equals to what? X squared plus hx times hx is plus hx plus hx is what? 2hx. plus h square minus 3x minus 3h. This is the procedure. Good. What next? Now we try to find what? Like terms. Of course, all of them, there is no like terms. So that's the answer. Now let's set them alphabet in ascending power, right? X plus h, x square. Here again we see what? Plus h square, right? We say again plus 2hx minus 3x minus 3h. So that's the value of f of x plus h. Now we find the value of what? F of x. So say f of x is equals to x square minus 3x. So anywhere you see x, you just put there x. It's the same thing, right? Good. So f of x is just equals to x square minus 3x. So this is the value of f of x. Now we bring the formula. Similarly, what we did in example 1. So the first derivative, where h is moving towards what? 0, right? Onto what? What is in the formula? We say what? F of x plus h. What's the value of f of x plus h? Is this one. So we say x square plus h square plus 2hx minus 3x minus 3h. In the formula we say what? There's a minus sign. We say minus. After then we say what? F of x. So what's the value of f of x? Is what? X square minus 3x. We should put it in brackets. X square minus 3x. Take note, if you don't put it in bracket, you are going to miss it. This way, if you don't put it in bracket, you will likely miss it. So it's always advisable when you be substituting the value of f of x, put it in brackets. You get me? Good. Now what next? F of x is equals to the limit where h is moving towards 0 equals to what? So say x square plus h square plus 2hx minus 3x minus 3h, right? Minus times x square is what? Minus x square. Minus times minus is plus 3x, all divided by what? H, according to the formula. Is it understandable? And we go the first derivative, x, the limit h is moving towards 0 upon. Now x square minus x square, they cancel, is 0. Do you see? Good. Now let's see. Minus 3x plus 3x, they cancel, is 0. Minus 3x plus 3x is 0. Now what is remaining? H square plus 2h. 2hx minus 3h. So h square plus 2hx minus 3h, all divided by h. Is it understandable? So the first derivative, where the limit h is moving towards 0, right? We take the common factor, which is h. H here is what? H into h square is just h minus h into 2hx is just what? 2x minus h into 3x is just 3, all upon. Here again we take the common factor, which is h. H into itself 1 times, all brackets. So say f of x, the first derivative, is equals to the limit where h is moving towards 0, right? This cancel this. What is remaining? H plus 2x, sorry, h minus 2x minus 3 upon what? 1, right? Anywhere we see h, what are we going to do? We are going to put 0. So the first derivative, where h, anywhere you see h has already moved to 0. So you say what? H there is 0 minus 2x minus 3, right? A number divided by 1 is just the number. So the first derivative is now equals to what? Minus 2x minus 3. This is your answer. Is it understandable? Please, thank you for watching. We'll stop here. Go and watch more video of this lesson 1. I'll be making this lesson 2A of differentiation from the first principle. There I'll be solving advanced question on it, right? Please like, share, and also what? Subscribe. Thank you very much. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment box. I'll give you my private line so that we'll discuss more precisely, and I will see how to help you more better for you to become a good mathematician and for you to understand calculus precisely. Thank you very much. Subscribe, don't forget, share, don't forget, and also hit up the notification bell. Thank you very much.